I'm here with two key leaders for the Chief leadership team, and so we're going to talk a little bit about the transition for the both of them. And I know, Justin, you have been on board with Chief for just a few weeks now. Rodger has been with Chief for, almost 40 years. A lot of insight there. And so as Justin came on board, Rodger, he is kind of filling into the role that you're transitioning into a new role from. And so can you tell me a little bit about what were some of the insights or tips that you provided Justin as he's stepping into this role?
I think we just talked mainly about what's the base foundations of Chief Construction and Chief, which he already knew and valued a lot before, but working on building relationships, utmost integrity, honesty, and trustworthiness, and those are all characteristics that Justin brings to the table, and which is why he was such a great hire to take over Chief Construction.
And so for Justin, what were some of the insights you took when you first got on board, or things that you were asking questions about when you first stepped in?
Well, there was a lot of those because I had never changed jobs before, so I was starting at ground zero. So I actually asked a lot of questions of Rodger, and they might have seemed elementary at times, and the HR departments have helped us tremendously as well. So Rodger's help, especially just the knowledge and his networking around the communities, is going to be very valuable and already has started to be for me.
Yeah, that knowledge for the community is a huge piece, as Rodger talked about and you've talked about. Without that community support, it's a little bit harder to really get your foot in the door for some of those projects. So Rodger, is there any insight that you have for Justin with those community partners and members that we have as we're looking forward for new projects?
Just continue to be involved, continue to make sure that it's a win-win situation for the community, for the customer, and for Chief. I think when you got that in mind, you'll come up with a build solution in which everybody will prosper. And that's one thing that we've been able to do at Chief Construction, is grow a lot. And the exciting thing about bringing Justin on board is his experience and what else he can bring to the table that maybe we couldn't have. And so he's going to be able to take us to that next level at Chief Construction that really hardly anybody could probably ever envision. But that's what kind of excites me, is what experience he has working with a valued build partner. A lot of times is Sanford Construction.
And so for the past more than a decade, Rodger, you have been the individual leading the construction and the development arm, and now we're kind of breaking that into two. And so when we think about that, Justin, how are you looking at being able to support Chief Development from the construction side?
Well, I think first of all, I have a broad base of knowledge of different types of construction. And the way that I evolved at my previous employer, where I started out estimating and then managing projects and then managing people, I think will be very valuable to Rodger. A lot of what Rodger is doing is conceptualizing, bringing ideas to people, not necessarily on paper yet because they're still ideas. And I have had that experience of taking concepts and providing real information to help build pro formas and just think about logistics of building things that I think will be helpful.
And Rodger, how do you see development still supporting the construction side?
Well, that's one of the great things about why we were successful in the development, is we had the vertical integration with Chief Construction, ensuring quality builds and on time and on budget. And so the other part of that people don't realize is Justin's extensive experience in housing, whether it be student housing, multifamily housing, or senior living facilities. And that's something in which we talked about earlier was a huge void in Nebraska, especially rural Nebraska, and that is something that we're going to focus on through Chief Development and Chief's investment arm into improving the housing situations in these communities.
And so there's a lot going on. We know that we see Chief trailers up and down 281. We see them in different communities across the state of Nebraska. And I'll start with you, Rodger. What excites you about this next venture, and just for Chief overall as we continue to move forward?
I think the possibility of going into a large market like Omaha, there's a lot of opportunities there. We've been so busy in Lincoln and outstate Nebraska, we haven't ventured much in Omaha. So that is one market that I think looks good to Chief Construction and Chief Development. And just being able to continue building up communities and coming up with solution-based developments to meet community needs.
So Justin, what are you excited about overall as we move forward?
I'm excited about promoting our people that we have here. It's amazing how many people have worked for Chief Industries and Chief Construction for over 20 years. And when people are happy with where they're working, our customers are happy too. And I'm excited to promote that in some of these different communities that Rodger's talking about, but also our home base here in the Tri-City area too.
Well, I know with the two of you and your experience that you're bringing to the table, there's going to be a lot of exciting things to come. Well, there's probably some exciting announcements to come with different bills that you guys will venture together on making happen for different communities. And so there's a lot of great things for Chief in the future, and we'll just have to see where it goes. So thank you both and wish you both the best success.
Thank you.